Você está pronto para uma...
Ainda.
When they get in that booth, they will not hear you. This is your chance. Give it up for MIBR! And as well, stepping into the ring, give it up for Na'Vi! Sounds like a split crowd. This is two of the scariest teams to step into the server. MIBR.
It's exciting, and the same thing can be said for Na'Vi. Of course they've got Simple, of course they've got Electronic, but they've been playing a different style that I've ever seen from these guys.
Threat, it does feel like both of these teams have had their fair share of woes and troubles coming to this major towards the end of 2018.
Yeah, Na'Vi had a really strong mid-2018, but they kind of struggled the past few months. However, if you look at their performance versus Complexity, I'm especially thinking of Electronic and Simple, they just played out of their minds.
Yeah, and that I can't wait to talk about them more. MIBR, though, is our first port of call. Let's focus on this fantastic combination of talent.
How does it feel for you, my friend? I think we feel super accomplished. We've been working pretty hard the past month as a new team, and we've been boot camping everywhere, and just to make it to the top 8, we feel super accomplished and know that the hard work that we've been through, it's worth it.
There was a lot of relief when we won the last match against NIP, because as Stewie said, we have been on the road for around 35 days, and it's been very intense 35 days, every day, around 8 to 10 hours of Counter-Strike, being very judgmental in terms of getting better and looking out and pointing out our mistakes. So everyone in the team has put a lot of effort, and fail to become a Legends again would be a big step down for us. So we are very happy to make sure we guarantee ourselves the next major, and now we have something else to fight for as well. We can maybe bring us a third major for the Brazilians and a second one for the Americans.
Something really stood out from that interview. It was right at the start, and Threat, they said, as a new team, and reality sunk in that when you change 2 players, you are a new team. They started communicating in a different language. They find themselves on the semi-final stage. There must be testament to their ceiling.
Yeah, and especially since they brought in both Tarek and Stu2K, very explosive players if you compare it to their old roster. I think Coldzera, Fallen, and Fur. I mean, Fur is an aggressive player, however, they tend to have a kind of defensive play style. But as you said, it's a completely new team, and especially now with Yanko.
But it's weird to feel that a team that has, I suppose, the last dominant era that I can remember in Counter-Strike, other than the new Astralis one, which is still unfolding in front of our eyes, dropped so far. And that was so disappointing, that we knew the caliber was here with this squad. When you have a core of Coldzera, Fur, and Fallen, the godfather of modern-day Counter-Strike, it should be a squad to be reckoned with, but there were obvious teething issues to start off. But I think, you know, if we do stay with that Fallen point, he's returned to that form that everybody loves to watch.
Yeah, and I think that is something I want to continue to talk about, is that this is a roster, this is a lineup that has, every individual has, in some way, a very clear role within this roster. Don't always have that, we especially don't have that with their opponents, but everyone does slot quite nicely into a formula for success.
I think, you know, if you have to look towards the more modern iteration of Counter-Strike, it's a lot more free-flowing, and you do get that when you look at Tarek, Stewie, and Fur, who can all be relatively aggressive, but they all know how to play Counter-Strike passively. They all know the roles. They know not to overextend and take the risks. The 2 pivotal players for me in this squad have to be Fallen, being very sporadic and aggressive with that combat AWP, and then Coldzera being, you know, the top 3 player in the world, always having that impact. Yeah,
and actually we have got something to demonstrate that, and you selected this one, both of you, that you want to demonstrate the double AWP prowess Threat.
Yeah, and they, especially on Inferno, both Fallen and Coldzera likes to go for that double AWP setup, and in this game here versus, I think it was, Complexity, they went for, I think, 6 to 7 rounds on the CT side, even though they lost the half 8-7, which is very rare. You can see here there's a lot of kills from both Fallen and Coldzera. Coldzera playing that A side, Fallen playing very aggressive in Banana. And yeah, you can see here how as soon as they lose a few players, they're just going to save, because they know it's so pivotal for them to have that double AWP setup.
Yeah, there's a lot of reasons the double AWP can be such a, an integral part. The problem is as well on the CT side of a map like Inferno, if your economy is getting beaten down, you're not going to be able to afford the AWPs or the utility you need to get map control. So saving it makes a lot of sense. But if we're going to look towards the positives and how they can play it, against a team like Na'Vi, if they can get a pick and get away, that's fantastic, because Na'Vi are a squad who are really good at trading, and you want to avoid that at any cost.
And I mean, just the fact that you get to see Fallen on the AWP in a much more candid way than he previously was, while stressing with the coach in-game leader combo. He felt like he was almost doing everything.
Yeah, he got a little bit caged for a while there, and there's more aggressive players who came in and they moved away from that style, which made them so good. But now we finally returned to that form, and we're seeing the